How about that one?
That's our new leaders right there.
Big Stewie!
University of Montevallo, 24-96. National champions, Wallace State, Briar Clinton. Hey there, everybody. Welcome into the latest episode of the Rapala We Are Collegiate Bass podcast. Getting ready for our second event of the season for the Association of Collegiate Anglers and the Bass Pro Shops Collegiate Bass Fishing Series. That is the AFCO Collegiate Bass Open, set to take place this weekend at Lake Dardanelle in Russellville, Arkansas. Today's special guest from Arkansas Tech University, a member of the defending title holders from last year, Matt Higbee and John Foster Case from Arkansas Tech, located there in Russellville, one at Lake Dardanelle. Matt, let's bring you in here real quick, man. Just kind of give us a breakdown. I've heard a little bit, maybe the lake's a little more stable, water's a little more clear compared to normal. I know there was some rain last week. Kind of how are things setting up in terms of water level conditions and kind of the overall weather as we get ready to transition into the fall?
Yeah, the lake's looking really good right now. We haven't had a flood in, the last couple of years, so the water's really clear. We haven't had a big rain here recently. We had a little bit of one, but it kind of muddied up the creeks, but they're clearing back out again, so they'll be good by the time the tournament gets here, and the river's still really clear. So things are looking good. I mean, we had a really good spawn this year. It's a little different from past years. It's not really hard to catch fish right now, but you're going to catch a lot of 10 to 12 inchers. It's just kind of hard to get over that hump and get a good bite, But kids are going to catch a lot of fish this week, that's for sure.
Let's talk real quick. Myself, I went to school at the University of Arkansas, so Lake Dardanelle was a fishery that we spent some time at, had a club qualifier here or there every year, and Dardanelle has it's kind of associated with always being muddy. It's on the Arkansas River. It gets a lot of traffic up and down it. Runoff and floodwaters come in from all over the place, and then that, especially in the springtime, that fishery can get pretty muddy. But the clear water, something that maybe even yourself as a local isn't as used to seeing out there. How does that change anything? Does it make it? A lot of fisheries when it's used to being dirtier water and it clears up and makes things really tough. But given the time of the year, the fall, they're chasing shad. Does it make it a little easier to go out, throw moving baits, throw topwaters, and maybe make fishing more fun? Like you said, kids are going to get more bites this weekend.
Yeah, man, it makes all the difference. Back in the day when this place used to be good, and if you didn't have 20 pounds, you just don't come to weigh in. It's going to be back there in the next couple of years, in my opinion. You can definitely tell the difference. I mean, even the Kentucky population is coming back. The spotted bass. I mean, you can go out and catch all the spotted bass you want, and I guarantee you'll even see some 2.5 pound Kentuckys weighed in this week, and you just generally don't see that in tournaments in the past years. But yeah, it's you can go out and get a lot of bites a day, catch a lot of fish, and like I said, it's just still hard to get over that hump and get that good bite, but you're definitely going to catch a lot of fish, and the clear water helps that a lot.
Yeah, we've seen some big bags through the years. Anglers, I believe it was Drury University a couple years ago. They had close to 20 pounds on the first day. Dropped off a little on the second day, but still managed to win that event, I believe, if my memory serves me right. And then you guys come along, had a good year last year, pretty consistent, maybe a slight drop off from day one to day two. But talk a little bit about the patterns as you go out there and fish. It's looking like I'm working on an article right now to have out later this week for a lake preview. Conditions-wise, the weather, pretty warm the next couple days, and then the weekend looks like a cold front is set to come in. How harsh or strong that front is, we'll find out, but it's looking like temps are going to drop 5 to 10 degrees. Wind might switch out of the north, and there not be very much in the way of cloud cover. As you go out there to target Lake Dardanelle right now, what are some of the things you're looking for? Have the bass made it back following the shad in the backs of the creeks? Is it still a little too early? Kind of talk a little bit about where maybe the fish are setting up at the moment.
Yeah, they've been trying to make that fall transition. They're definitely not in the river like they have been. They've been trying to make that fall transition. But like you said, this week there's going to be a cold front at the end of the week. But this week it's supposed to be fairly warm. It's going to be in the 80s all week. So I don't think that's going to hurt the fishing in that cold front at the end of the week, just because the water temperature is going to stay the same. It kind of had the same deal this last weekend, and we had a Arkansas Tech tournament here. And it pretty much the water temperature stayed the same. It might have dropped a degree, but the surface temperature was still about the same, right around 74 degrees. So I really don't think that cold front's going to hurt much, but it still should be pretty good.
Let's talk about baits. You know, you guys were featured in the second day of coverage last year as y'all were the day one leaders and came in on the second day in first place. We sent a camera boat out with y'all. I helped to edit the television series here and social media content, so I looked through all the footage. I got to watch y'all pretty much spend a day out on Lake Dardanelle and win the tournament. So I saw how you went about your stuff, how y'all targeted the bass. From the way that you fished last year in the fall, are you going to go at it with this similar game plan this year, or maybe does the clear water kind of change what you're about to try to do? Walk me through your, over the course of practice and in a tournament competition, what's your game plan in the way of areas you're going to target and baits you might throw at these fish?
Yeah, generally, being from Lake Dardanelle, I'm kind of a river rat. I like to stay in the river, but this year, from what we've been seeing, you're just really catching a lot of spotted bass in the river. There's not really a good largemouth bite to be had, so I'm thinking that this year we're gonna try to stick around Russellville. We may not do that. You just never know. I'm gonna try to practice hard this week, but I'm thinking that we're going to be staying around Russellville and fishing some brush. That's really a way you get a good bite around here, and I think that may be what we do.
What is it about this lake that makes it so good for anglers, college anglers from all across the country to come have success? As we watch, we've got guys coming from Michigan, I believe, in years past, and this year included. There's a team coming from California, and you look at the lake, and there's rocks, there's grass, there's lily pads, there's wood cover. You can beat the bank, you can go offshore, you can kind of do a little bit of everything and get bites, and there's also a good chance that you're going to run into the quality of fish that are going to have you in contention fishing any of those patterns. Why does the lake set up so well for anglers to fish, any types of cover and really any type of presentation that suits their strengths and have success?
Yeah, this lake is anything that you have confidence in fishing. Like if you like fishing riprap banks with a square bill, or you like flipping grass, or you like if it's river grass, we've got a lot of coontail growing this year from that clear water. So if you're a grass fisherman from Alabama or wherever, Lake Gunnersville, you can do that this year. I mean, there's everything here that you want to do: lily pads, anything, offshore fishing. So anything that you have confidence in doing, you can do here. And if you have enough confidence in it, you can definitely catch them.
Now, tell me this: as a local, you have good insight into it, and you've been out there, spent a lot of time, and you're amongst a team of anglers that spends a lot of time out there sharing knowledge. So tell me, that lake in particular, it seems as though it's if you get into an area that has good fish, you find a lot of them. And if you go down the bank and you don't get bites, you might not get a single bite. But when you run into them, what I'm trying to say is you find a good wad of those bass. Are there certain areas where that happens? Why do you think that's the way that the lake sets up? This time of year, it's probably very indicative upon the bait balls and shad and where they're located. But do you find that to be true, that if you can find an area, you're in good shape? You might be able to run a pattern, but when you run into a spot that's really got them concentrated, that's where you can make hay.
Oh yeah, that's definitely true for here. It's more of a area thing than running a pattern. I mean, I've got a couple weeks ago we were practicing for a tournament. I've got a patch of trees, and the only thing that you can catch out of, there's 3 trees in this 3 laydowns here, and the only thing that you can catch out of these trees is 3.5 pounders. You will never catch a little one out of them. There's always 3 to 3.5 pounders in them. Now they've left since then, so I don't think that's going to help us much. But like I'm saying, it's definitely an area thing. There's big ones that hang around big ones. So if you can find a big one, I'd stick around there and keep fishing, try to find another one.
Real quick, as we wrap up talking about the fishing, we'll transition to a few other items here. We're talking with Matt Higbee from Arkansas Tech University, part of the 2-angler duo that won the AFCO Collegiate Bass Open last year. Last question about the fishing. For the weights, what do you think it's going to take? We come in each year, we're ready for 25 to 30 pounds, and normally we get a couple teams that can do that. They might weigh 17 one day and 13 the next, or vice versa. That mid to upper 20s range will get you towards the top 10 and have a shot at winning. Are you expecting more of the same this year? Maybe more, maybe less? Tell me what you're thinking around winning weights.
Yeah, and like I said before, the people are going to catch a lot of fish. I just don't think that it's as easy to get a big bite as past years, but we're getting there. It's coming back. It'll definitely be great in the next couple years. But what I'm thinking is around 26 to 27 pounds again. I think we'll get you the win for sure.
And for that victory, we've paying out over $20,000 in prizes and contingencies this upcoming weekend. First place itself going to be valued at close to $5,000. Tons of contingencies on the line. Be sure to go over to our website, collegiatebasschampionship.com, to get signed up for those. You guys last year taking home a lot of great prizes for that victory, a no entry fee event. What's it like to come to one of these tournaments hosted by the ACA? You don't have to pay anything. You get out there and compete, and you're rewarded. You know, if you have a good weekend and you win, you're winning several $1,000s of items that can push on up close to $10,000 when you take advantage of the contingencies that are available combined with the prizes.
Last year we got a Bob's Jack plate and a bunch of Bass Pro Shops gift cards and other gift cards to other places. So I mean, we got a lot of stuff, and it's definitely a great tournament to not have an entry fee for.
Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. You may or may not know this. Arkansas Tech won it the very first year that the program was ever in place by the ACA. Myself and the team at the University of Arkansas, I believe we finished third that year. That's how I know that, because we lost to you guys. So I probably won't ever forget that information. But y'all have one in the books. Y'all are working on another good season here. Always competitive, always getting out on the national circuit. That's part of the keys to success, to being competitive in the Bass Pro Shop School of the Year presented by Abu Garcia. This weekend, y'all have several teams registered. It's a double points event. Talk a little bit about the School of the Year race and the impact that this weekend at Lake Darnell will have on the entire scope of college fishing and also Arkansas Tech in particular.
Yeah, a lot of our points every year come from this tournament because we usually have, somebody do really good in it. And, it's a double points event, so it's going to help anybody regardless of whoever does good in this event. So it's a big event, and a lot of points on the line, and whoever does win is going to get a good boost in the School of the Year points. So I'm not really sure how we're sitting in the points right now, but if we do have a team win it, it'll definitely help a lot.
We'll have updated point standings out soon here leading up to the event, so be on the lookout for that, collegiatebasschampionship.com. Last question, then we'll let you go about your day here. Russellville, that's the host site for this tournament, located there near Lake Darnell. ACA has been coming for many years. Great host site, lots of stuff to do, awesome area just to be out in the outdoors. You get to that section of the state and the Ozarks region there in the northwest, north central part of Arkansas. Man, it's just beautiful. It's a great time of year to be out there. Talk a little bit about yourself, what you like about Russellville, the surrounding area, and just this time of year in general to be in the outdoors in Arkansas.
Yeah, man, it's a great town to be in. It's not too big. I'm from a small town of 1,000 people, so I'm not used to lots of traffic and stuff, so it's not bad here. But great school to go to, and love the town. Lots of stuff to do. Tech usually provides us a lot of stuff to do too. Like they'll pay for us to go bowling once a week at the bowling alley down here. They do a lot of stuff for us, and it's the start to deer season. So, like you said, beautiful country out here, and most of us, we're deer hunters, and that's what we've been doing the past couple weeks.
That's awesome. Well, out of the woods for this weekend and onto the water as we get ready for the APCO Collegiate Bass Open taking place this weekend at Lake Darnell in Russellville, Arkansas. Matt, thanks for joining us, former winner of this event last year at Lake Darnell. Him and his partner from Arkansas Tech University. Looking forward to see them there. Guys, safe travels, though it's a short trip. Be safe getting over there and enjoy being out on the water this weekend. We'll see you guys soon.
Fishing is all about connecting with nature. Then grabbing nature by the lip and holding it up for a picture.
If you want to be here, it all starts here. At Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, we have the widest selection of the quality brands you love to get you outdoors. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, our friendly, knowledgeable outfitters will help you find the right products for your next trip. Shop with confidence with our low price guarantee. Plus, club members save even more on great gear with exclusive member pricing. Bass Pro Shops and Cabela's, voted America's best outdoor retailer.